Welcome back to Kitchen Engineering. Today we're going to be doing the beer batter project 2, where we try and deep fry some chicken. Now last night, before I went to bed, poured some buttermilk into this bag of chicken and had it sit in the fridge all night. Took it out just a little while ago, and what I'm going to do is, this is beer batter, but what I'm going to do, instead of adding beer to it this time, I'm going to take the buttermilk the chicken's been sitting in and add some of it to the batter mix so that we can have an alternative to the beer. And I keep getting told that the best way to make good fried chicken is using buttermilk to soak it in overnight. Might as well use it to take care of the next level, right? So, I'm going to do that, and while I'm doing that, you get to watch. Lucky for you, you get to get a close-up look of me blending it. Now, I have 2 cups of batter here, and it calls for 2/3 a cup per cup of batter mix that you need to add liquid. And so what I'm going to do is I have this 2/3 cup here, and I'm going to be getting 2 scoops out of the bag. Always keep your stuff clean. I had also added a quarter cup of, or cup, but a quarter teaspoon as pepper to it. And as you can see, it looks pretty good, like gravy. You gotta make sure you get to all of the batter mix and don't leave any dry pockets behind. That way you have a better consistency, there's no lumps. Next, you preheat your oil to 375. I had already preheated it to the bottom because that way it doesn't take as much time for it to heat up all of the way. When it comes time to fry it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 chicken tenders at a time. And as I do these chicken tenders, I'm going to be pulling them out of the bag, letting them drip back in until they stop dripping. Put them in the batter, and then after they're in the batter, put them into the deep fryer with the basket down so I can pull it back out. I'm going to be doing this 3 at a time. Now that the batter's been mixed up, I'm going to start grabbing pieces of chicken and adding them to the batter. Make sure to let them drip until they kind of stop, and then after they slows down like that, you then put it into the batter and get both sides of it. It feels really soft, it's like practically falling apart. And then after you do that, you got this thing of flour over here that you dip it into. We'll be showing with and without flour today. Flip it over. Now it's got flour on it. Next, we're going to be putting it into the fryer itself. Today I'm going to be doing both, with flour and without. And now we wait 8 minutes. It's been 8 minutes, so I'm going to pull it out now. As you can see, looks not bad. All seems to have attached to the, well, a little bit, not much, to the basket, but looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to be doing the one without the flour. And here you go. Here's the one without the flour being put in the fryer. The previous piece of chicken that was battered and floured came out really soft and crispy. As you can see, I looked at this one and it'll be done in about another minute to a minute and a half. But what had happened was it looks exactly the same, except this one had some of the batter fall off because it wasn't floured. And I've decided that I'm going to give you an extra and do just buttermilk chicken and see how that turns out. Alright, I'm taking this one out 30 seconds earlier because it looks a little darker than the other one was. Yeah, this one here, it's definitely different. Crust is much harder, so flouring, I guess, is going to be absolutely required. So, ow, don't touch the wire or the metal. Bad idea. But yeah, we're going to put this into the thing and start the next one, the just buttermilk one. On a side note, the inside seems to be really, really good, and the outside is just a solid shell, basically. It's pretty crunchy. Like, you'd have to bite pretty hard, but I don't think this would be advisable as a meal. It acts more like sweet and sour batter. Like a sweet and sour batter, I guess, does better not being floured. But that other one, this one right here, this buttermilk batter should be floured for sure. Now let's go and try the buttermilk without any batter. Let's go and put this in for 5 minutes, because that is how long you're supposed to cook tenders for in a deep fryer. A lot of fat content. I checked on it after 4 minutes, and I don't think it's a good idea to cook like that anymore because that looks kind of burnt at 4 minutes. So from now on, I'm just going to do the bread and batter. And I ate the non-floured one, and that was actually not bad, but the better one was the one that was floured. So, time to cook in earnest. But anyway, that's for me to do, and you to find out about later. So, I'm going to end this video here because I don't want to have to keep going back and forth. So I'm just going to quickly fry all my chicken up. And that's how you do the different batters. Project 2. Look forward to Project 3 coming soon. On a side note, whenever you cook 3 at a time, sometimes they stick together.